Hey there, good morning everybody. I want to welcome you here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. It's an episode of This Week, the show we do every week, basically around noon on the Sunday. We start off our week by doing an episode called This Week, in which I talk about what is on the channel for the week coming ahead. I give you a little breakdown of the shows that we're doing on our regular rotation, what's going on with the series, and also if we have to go back and make any corrections. Had a couple of corrections. A couple of things came out late, mostly because of the internet. But and then one because I was watching a video at somebody else's site, and it had to go at that time because that's when they were having it. Anyways, we're here this week to talk about the stuff we're going to be doing on this channel for the week. So the next episode out, which would be the live stream, which will come out tonight. It's already set. If you've been checking on the channel, you'll see that it's been set into the Progverse, and we will be featuring these three bands: Drifting Sun, Tormusk, if you can see that. I don't know how you pronounce this. Tuskmore, sorry. I always want to call it Tormusk. It's Tuskmore. I knew that. And then Osric's Tentacles as well. We'll be discussing them and why I like them so much. So this is a show on three kind of third level kind of prog bands that only the diehard prog people would probably know about. But anyways, so we'll be doing that for the live stream into the Progverse this week tonight at 8 o'clock. So Monday night at 8 o'clock, we're going to be doing a look back at a classic rock album. This is a show in which I talk about an album that's 15 years or greater. That's at least a 2 or higher for me in a ranking. And this album now qualifies. Yep. Rush's Snakes and Arrows. Important album for me in the Rush history, as it's the one that kind of brought me back to Rush to be my number one band. Next up is the mini-series that we've been doing on Tuesdays. This, I believe, will be episode, I'm not quite sure. I think this is the fourth or fifth episode. I'm not sure. I'll look when I do it because I didn't mark it down here for some reason. I usually do. It's going to be a decade apart, in which Ben gives me two albums that came out in the discography of a band about a decade apart. So the first album on this will be Rocky Rolla, which is an album that I will be getting today. I've actually looked at this album and buying it several times, but bought a couple of other things instead. But today I will buy it while I'm out. Rocky Rolla by Judas Priest, and this album here, Defenders of the Faith, released in 1984. So we'll be doing that for the miniseries this week for a decade apart. Next is Favorites. We're going to be doing a 10 underappreciated rock musicians. So those are musicians that, for those who do this kind of stuff, know who the really great musicians are. I've picked out 10 that I wouldn't say they're underrated. They're definitely not. I think they're underappreciated, though. So we're going to be talking about, I've got 10 of them here. So we're talking about them on Favorites, which will come out at 8 o'clock on Wednesday. And I forgot to mention that the mini-series comes out on Tuesday at 8 o'clock. So Thursday at 8 o'clock, we have Outliers. So this is a new series that I decided to do. It's about an album that, could be a great album, might not be a great album, but it doesn't really fit in with the band's normal string of albums. It's kind of different than the rest, and the one I've chosen to do is a famous one that I think will be well liked. This is Genesis and The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. Yep, definitely great, but different from the other albums in the... Sorry, I don't know why that came out, but it did. Next up, we have Friday night. We're doing another episode of Who Did It Better. And the song is called Calling All Occupants of the Interplanetary. And of course, that is Klaatu, their debut album, the one with the sun on it. And of course, the Carpenters also play that. Seem very different bands. I wouldn't have picked the Carpenters to do a song like that. That the song isn't actually on that particular album, but I have heard it many times. Okay, so next up is Saturday at noon. We'll be doing another Battle of the Bands. The albums featured this week will be Yes's Tormato, Peter Gabriel 3, or Melt Face, if that's what you like to call it, Styx's Pieces of 8, and Iron Maiden's Number of the Beast. So it should be an interesting battle. At least I get to talk about 4 albums I love a lot again. So that will be the Battle of the Masterpiece albums, which features those 4 albums, and that will come out on Saturday at noon. And then the next show will be Saturday evening at 8 o'clock, and that's What New. And this week we're going to be doing the new Sycophant album, Red Sun. I'm still working, well, I'm off on holidays now, so I'm going to get that other What's New episode that was supposed to be in a few weeks ago for the Flower Kings, and I never got to do it because I was out, and so I'm going to try and put that in somewhere during the week. I may do at least one other kind of one and off. It might be a live one on this Pink Floyd thing that I bought recently, or the Camel one of the two. I might, depending on how much I like it or don't like it. So that's it for the regular shows for the week. And that show, What's New, will come out Saturday at 8 o'clock. So we'll move on to the series. We have a new series starting today. Actually, the first episode already went, so if you want to go and watch it this morning, you can. This is 30 bands who had a member in their in their band membership that went on to greater success with another band. I tried to steer clear a little bit of what we would call super bands. There is a couple in here, but I didn't want to overindulge in that particular thing. Also, I didn't take any people that went solo, so you're not going to see the likes of Peter Gabriel here or Phil Collins here on their solo careers. That's not what this is about. It's about going from one band to another band and having either a huge impact on the band yourself or joining a band that absolutely had a huge impact on the person we're talking about. So we've got 7 picks for this week. Yesterday's was the debut one, which was, if you want to go back and watch it this morning, you can. And then we have 7 more for this series for the week, and we'll continue every day for the rest of the month doing a new one. Very similar to what we did with last month's. But these are not going to be ranked. That one was kind of a ranking. I ranked them from the ones I liked the least to the ones I liked the most. This one is going to be just more random as I feel like it fits in there. Okay, so that's it for this week. Doesn't get any simpler than that. I wanted to keep it fairly short this week. I have somewhere to go. So anyways, hopefully I'll see you throughout the week. You have yourself a good day, a good evening, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. And if you want to leave any comments in the comments section below, would be appreciated. And we will see you next week for another episode of This Week. Take care and goodbye.